not the best view. We get to look at a hearse today. But I'm at the gas station parking lot right now. So I figured I'd go live right here. So it's been a pretty good few days. Like I said, I didn't go live last night because I ended up staying at this place. They have a horse stable and they barn horses, and they have like a field where they like do training and stuff like that with them. And I just didn't, it's not my property, so I didn't want to go live and show somebody else's property off, But the good thing is, like I said, I worked 2 days over there. They were only going to pay me 15, but they ended up, I busted my butt over there. They ended up paying me 20, and they want me back once a week. And I've got somebody who wants me to do a mulch job, somebody who wants me to do a painting job, somebody who wants me to pressure wash your deck. I have a couple other things already lined up too. So I mean, it's getting very busy. It's nice to have food money. I ate 3 times a day for the first time in months and months. I have enough money to sustain myself, which is very good. Now it's just pretty much saving up for the boat. If I can stay busy like this, I can definitely sustain myself and get the van worked on like I need to. I got a few things I got to save up for, but it's definitely a great start. I'm doing good, and definitely excited to have the work and being able to actually start to save money soon. It's going to take me about another, if I can stay busy for a week, I should be able to get the van where I can get it, I need to get oil change and the brakes done, and then after that I can start saving up towards the boat. Should take me a week or 2 to get there, and after that I'll be able to start saving again, which will be pretty good. I just filled up the tank again. I have a full tank of fuel, and I have, like I said, I actually ate a couple times today. I had lunch, and I had, well, twice today, so I'm sorry, not 3 times. I had food twice. I had lunch and I had dinner, which was good. It's the first time I ate even 2 meals in a while, so it was nice. They made me a very nice lunch, and then I got me some dinner, some warm food today, so I did pay for food, a little bit more expensive, but just because I went to Wawa, that's why I'm at the gas station. I had a pepperoni and cheese sandwich and some cheese sticks. It was actually really good. But like I said, my schedule is getting booked. It's great. I'm working weekends, whatever I can. Like I said, somebody reached out to me. They want some painting done on Sunday. I got another person who wants their deck pressure washed. I have another person who wants me to lay some mulch. I have a couple other yard jobs. Things are just looking up really, really well. I'm pretty excited about that. The view is horrible. I know we're looking at a hearse, guys. I apologize. Like I said, I'm at the gas station. Ain't much to look at. It's too dark in the van, so it's hard to, I can't really record myself because you can't see me. So I figured we'd just look at this hearse, and hopefully that's not a bad omen. But I'm at a Wawa's right now. They have good food and good coffee. I was able to get myself a coffee too. It was so nice to have a coffee. It was really, really good. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm just going to keep pushing forward and keep doing what I have. I'm only going to stay live till 9 o'clock, so tonight's only going to be a half an hour show. But I figured I'd go live for a little bit. And I'm just tired. I've been working my butt off. It's a 20-acre piece of property here in Sarasota, which is a lot of property for Sarasota. You don't really find it's hard to find big lots like that. But they have, like I said, they board horses, and they have a little arena to train the horse. It's a beautiful place. It took me 2 days, but I got we mowed all the grass, weed whacked everything, and we sprayed all the weeds and did a bunch of cleanup and stuff like that. And they're going to have me there once a week just to maintain it. So it's guaranteed at least 1 day a week. Plus, like I said, there's just so much work here in Sarasota. That's why I wanted to I should have came here first, but honestly it was just a bad choice to go to Cocoa. I mean, there's just not as much money, and it's definitely a lot nicer here. There's so much work. I shouldn't have left just to even go do that other stuff. I could have already been doing more, but I'm working hard. I'm pretty excited for that. I can physically take care of myself right now, which is great. I'm still in the van, of course. I still need to do a bunch of things. I got to get there's always going to be something I got to do, but this is a big step, and I'm really happy about it. And like I said, once I can afford to get this van fixed up a little bit, I got to put a little bit of money into it so I can keep it going, and it doesn't break down on me. So because that'll destroy everything. It's harder to find work without a vehicle. So I've got to keep this thing tip-top shape. I got to definitely do an oil change to it, and I got to get the brakes done. The brakes are really bad on this thing, so I got to look into see how much that's going to cost. But with work picking up, and like I said, I'm almost booked every day, and it's just good, and I have people commenting every day, and 2 or 3 jobs lining up every day almost. So if I can continue that pace, I'm going to be very busy, and I'm going to be, pretty happy about that. So, being homeless and type 1 diabetic it's rough, but I'm not going to use that as a crutch. I'm going to continue to try to work as hard as I can, and just try to do the best I can, and start. Like I said, my biggest goal is to stay up for the boat. I did not. He attacked his girlfriend. What the heck? That's crazy. I didn't. I've been so busy. I was working on this. Like I said, I was working on this farm for the last 2 days. They ended up paying me more too, which is nice. But they ended up giving me $20 an hour and wanting me back. But I've been working on the farm, and I went to bed at 8 o'clock last night. Like 8:30 or something like that. And I haven't been paying attention to much when it comes to the news sources. That's horrible, though. I wouldn't think he would have done that. Like that kind of guy. Nerdy Attic has the documents. Wow, I'll have to check that out, James. No, that's crazy. I'm guessing he's back in Tampa now. That's gonna hurt his channel a lot. People don't like that crap, and as it should. I didn't think. I don't know all the details, but I'll have to look into it. But I don't want to say much. Because I don't know. All the information until I see it. But that's horrible. If so. I didn't think he was that kind of guy at all. But on the good note, though, like I said, my schedule's getting booked. I have stuff there even during the weekends. I'm not taking. If I have to work 7 days a week to get out of this situation, I'm gonna, because I want to get a boat, and it's gonna cost a lot of money. So not a lot of money, but I can get one for like $5,000, which is still a lot of money. $5,000 is a lot of money. But that's my goal to save up for, and so I got to work 7 days a week for however many weeks it takes. I'm going to get the van fixed up. I'm going to get that going. I'm going to get workers, start saving towards the boat. Once I get a big enough lump sum down, like a big enough down payment too, some people might even work with me if I come up with like half or something up front. So if I would buy a $5,000 boat, if I come up with $2,500, somebody might work with me on the rest. Well, I can't wait. I'm glad things are picking up. There's so much work in Sarasota, and the people have been amazing. Yeah, it sounds like it. That's just horrible. I wouldn't think that he would be like that. And I hope she's okay. And like I said, I'll look into that case a little bit too. And that's nuts. I wouldn't have thought of it in a million years. And now we're looking at a hearse too, and it's like, hopefully everything's gonna, I'm glad that she's okay. Hopefully, I'm hoping she's okay, and I'm glad she got a restraining order if he's that way. Nobody deserves to ever have their hands put on him. But, oh man, my back is sore today. I'll tell you what, it's a big piece of property, that place. Like I said, it's 20 acres, and it was in real bad shape. It looks great now. We did a lot of work in the last 2 days over there, and then like I said, they're going to have me upkeep it once a week. I have a possibility. I have a painting job coming up on Sunday, and I have pressure wash some decks too, and then a mulch job as well. So I should have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday covered, and then Monday I'll be back at the horse farm. Oh wow, that's not good at all. That's horrible, Danny. The weather here, it's finally warming up. We're back up in the 70s and 80s now. We had a couple cold days. It's beautiful right now. I don't even know what the temperature is right now. I couldn't tell you unless I was on the thing. But it's a beautiful day out today. But yeah, it's been great working weather with the last couple days being cool too. Because like I said, it's a huge farm and we did a lot of work. I took care of all the mowing and weed whacking. And we had to spray a bunch of stuff and a bunch of cleanup, and it's a big property to mow and to weed whack. There was so much weed whacking because there's just so many different areas. I weed whacked for probably out of the 14 hours I worked over there, I probably like 9 of it was weed whacking. 9 hours of weed whacking. There's a lot of weed whacking, and I'll tell you what, my back feels it. But it's good to be out there, you know. The first day was a little harder, but the second day I was right at it, you know, good. I mean, I still did great, you know, but it was just so much weed whacking that it started to, you know, my body isn't used to that yet. But the second day I was much better. Got a good night rest, and they're awesome too. They cook me a home cooked lunch every day. Today they made, it was on an English muffin, eggs, and ham and cheese, all freshly cooked. They made me a nice smoothie too, and a fruit smoothie with protein in it. And then yesterday was pork chops and eggs and hash browns. All good cooking. They're very southern people, so they're very, you know, very good southern breakfast. They enjoy their meals, you know. And like, if you work, you eat. And they're really happy with me. They left a good post on the next door up, saying that I did really well, which is also great because that helps, you know, word of mouth alone. And like I said, they own 20 acres out there and have a huge horse farm, so that's gonna, you know, that word of mouth will spread quick. So I'm pretty excited, like I said, you know. But you know, just gotta keep pushing hard, and hoping within a week or two I'll get the van. Like I said, I need to get the van in for brakes, and I need to get the oil change. I should be able to cover that within the next week or two, and then after that it's straight to saving for I'll get, you know, the few small things I need. Like I want to get they gave me a cooler, which is good, but I want to get like a solar bag shower. Holy crap, 103 in Phoenix. That's crazy. And then I want to get start working on solar panel setup, which I might wait till after I get the boat, because that might already have solar panels, and there's no point buying for the van because, you know, I really don't need them. But I do need to find a way to get a fan circulating in here because it does get hot, and I'm gonna get some of those those humidity buckets or whatever, you know, the stuff that catches all the humid air, whatever they're called. I need to get one of those for the van. It's definitely getting very wet in here, and I don't want it to mold. But like right now, I'm doing good. You know, I made $280 the last 2 days, and it was pretty good. You know, it's good to have, you know, a full tank of fuel and money in my pocket where I don't have to worry for, you know, a little bit. And like I said, I've got work lined up most of the weekend already, and Monday. So the next 3 or 4 days, I should, you know, just going to be adding to that. I mean, I don't have that 280 anymore. I filled with a tank that was freaking $70, but you know what I mean. It's still nice to have money. I'm by no means low on money right now, so I'm glad about that. But I'm just going to keep pushing hard. You know, this I'm glad I could get back on Nextdoor. I had to use a different email or whatever, but I mean, I signed up for it, and like, it's just, you know, I've already had like 20 comments on my post, and it's only been a few days, like 3 or 4 days since I've been back here. However long it's been, 4 days, I think. And it's already just going through the roof with people wanting work. So, and especially once that lady wrote a review, it went up a lot more. So I was pretty excited about that. You know, every time I look at it, it's something new, and I'm just very grateful for the opportunity to work and start getting stuff back under control. As long as I can keep at that, I will be very, very happy. And you know, it's going to take probably, you know, midsummer to end of summer until I can, you know, even afford a down payment on a boat. It's going to take a while because I'm not charging a whole lot of money, you know, 20, 25 bucks an hour. And I mean, that's about $1,000 a week. So it could be a little less than that. If I worked 40 hours a week, I could probably do it in a couple months. I could probably be on a boat in a couple months, minus the expenses that cost to live and stuff like that. Because that's, you know, if I make 1,000, if I can average 1,000 a week, which is going to be hard, not if I'm working 7 days. I think I can do that. in like 2 months. So, and then once I get on the boat, I'm going to work on getting another vehicle because this thing does have a whole lot of miles on it. But I want to get onto it into a living situation first. Because if this thing breaks down, all work stops, you know. So it's got 276,000 miles on it. It's running good right now, besides the brakes. But I need to have, you know, at least saving up for it, so I have that in the bank. If something happens, I can go buy a cheap truck or a cheap van, something with a lot less miles on it, and it doesn't have to be nothing fancy. I just want something I can work with, you know. But I'm gonna keep pushing hard. It'll be good though. It'll be good. But hopefully everybody's had a good week so far. The weekend's coming up. It's supposed to be a nice warm weekend here. We got a nice long dry stretch, which we need the rain though. We need a lot more rain, but it's gonna be pretty dry here, and it's gonna get back a lot warmer too. So I'll have to. Working in the cooler weather was great, but working in that heat, you know, I'm still gonna get used to that. But I'm definitely getting there. You know, it was a little warm today, and it was really nice working weather. Really, it was like 70, 76 or 77 or something like that. But it was a beautiful day to work. It started off cool though, which was pretty nice. But I'm just, like I said, I'm just pushing hard, and I'm going to keep doing what I got to do to get out of this situation. You know, and working on our hours still. Of course, we're still going to try to go live every day. Sometimes I can't. If I'm on somebody's property and they let me stay there, I will not record on somebody else's property. I apologize about that, but it's just respect for them. I don't think it's very respectful to do that. So, but anyways, yeah. But most days I'll still be able to go live at our 8 o'clock thing. I'm gonna try to do a sunset live tomorrow if I'm not, if I get out of work in time. If this person's supposed to message me, it's either today or tomorrow. I might have tomorrow up. I'm not sure. But they're gonna message me shortly and let me know if I'm working tomorrow or Saturday. Still waiting on a message from the person on the painting on Sunday too to confirm. But I definitely told them I was willing to do it, so I'm hoping that they should confirm, and I should be working on Sunday as well. Which would be really nice. But I'm just pretty happy, you know, right now. It's definitely, you know, things aren't great, but they're definitely looking up, and they're definitely getting there very, very good. Oh, all right. Hey guys, I'm gonna end this early. Somebody just messaged me about work. They want to call me right now. I gotta put work first. I apologize that it's a shorter stream today, but we'll go back live again tomorrow. But they just messaged me asking me if they could call me, and I definitely have to put work first. So I hope everybody has a great day. I'm gonna message them back so I can get somewhere to work. And thank you guys for being here, and we'll be back tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.